everybody. It's Angel and Mayhem. Oh, making sure you can hear me. Here it is.
Hello?
It's hump. Yep. Hello. It's hump day. Whoop, whoop. Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Happy hump day to you. Happy Wednesday to you. We are both here from Halo Inspirations, where we give you inspirations to help you spread beauty and joy through your quilting journey. I see we have some viewers, so if you're here, let us know that you're here so we can say hello. Oh, I hear some feedback, Michael. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Video dropped. Well, hello, Sharina. Hello, Mom. Glad to see you. Both of you on Facebook. Glad to see you. Oh, I don't have the chat. Oh, shame on me. Shame on me. Yeah, that box is so big. Let me go ahead and try to shrink it a little. There we go. Look at that. Doing it live. Okay. Yeah, so today a video did drop. Oh, and I got this ugly light. And it's part of the reason, I'll be real with you guys, I still don't have curtains in my sewing studio. I know. I got to work on that like yesterday. And I've got a little bit of a different backdrop. What's going on with that is for Christmas Wednesday, I needed the design board. And I'm standing up and I'm talking to you and walking through some stuff. So I needed to move the desk around, and so what you're seeing here is all the fabric from our shop. Well, not all of it, but you're seeing bolts from our shop. That's what's behind me. I hope you don't mind. And every now and again I might be in a weird spot where there's light. We'll see how that goes, because I kind of need curtains. Yeah, but I don't know if you've had it. I know Sharina was in oh, and Mom, you missed the live chat this morning. We did premiere the video. It's all about linear stitches for the Crazy Quilt. Now, a lot of these things, two of the stitches are used in various different ways. The running stitch was one of them. We quilt with the running stitch. And then we did the back stitch, which y'all know, that it can be used in cross stitching. It can be used in a lot of different places. So we went through both of those. And then the other one was the chain stitch. And they're all really easy. They're all really fun. I'm going to show you, I've done a little bit of embellishing on my block. I told you all in the video that I would. So I'm sharing that with you, what I've done. Michael hasn't seen it yet, but when I was watching the premiere, I had a moment. And I thought, yeah, that might be a really cool idea. So I want your opinion. I only did half so I could get your opinion on it. I just did it this afternoon. But that was the video that dropped. It's the last embroidery stitching video. Y'all know I'm a beginner. And so at the end of the video, I did offer you a professionally trained, here's where it's going to get bad. I think she's out of England. I know she has over 100,000 subscribers, and she does even have a group or a subscriber thing. You can always subscribe on YouTube, but she has like a join her membership, and she's got several people in there, and I don't know what all they do because I didn't look into it enough, but I got to tell you, this woman, Sarah I say Humphreys. It's like spelled Homfrey, I think. This is where I get so much in trouble. I've watched a couple of her videos, literally like 2 or 3, and she's professionally trained. She's gone to school for it, and you can tell. And she breaks down stitches really well. She's a really good teacher from what I saw. But she also offers, oh, here comes that light. She also offers other things. So I noticed, and I wish I would have found her earlier, because everything I learned from books. She talks about different needles, different threads. She does various different techniques. Check her out if you're really intrigued as much as I am, because I'm just a beginner, so I wanted to share all of that with you, somewhere to go. Okay. Yeah, so that's that's the scoop on that. I know, Sharina, Mom, we were in the video. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch it, but I did talk about, I'm going to come back to that. I did talk about the stabbing versus the runner. And I did tell him, you are a runner, and we learned that I am a stabber, and it's a real term. And I've actually seen a couple other YouTube videos where they talk about it. So I was cracking up. And I'll tell you, I was cracking up because, let's just talk about that for a second. Here we are in the quilting and embroidery world, and we have runners, we have stabbers, and we have Jack the Ripper. I'm like, man, it makes it look like we're very, we're like serial killers or something. Here we are quilting with fabric, and we have all these terms that are, yeah, I thought it was funny. And I will tell you, I did look up the word linear because I wanted to make sure I was spelling it right. And, where is it? I wrote it down. So I just was looking for the spelling, but I went ahead and read the first definition. And it says, arranged in or, I don't know what that word is. I can't read my own handwriting, guys. Arranged in or extending along a straight line or nearly a straight line. Boom. Ain't that the truth? Because if y'all saw, I can't sew straight without lines. Yeah, serial killers. Right? And we talked about that, Mom. So, Sharina, you said you've done the chain stitch when you were like 10 years old. Wow. It was a banner thing for church. That is so cool. Well, the chain stitch, I find it nice, good beginner. It's really easy. It's really fast. It's really fun. But it allows you to do curving. It allows you to follow lines really, really well, which is why I used it on my block, because I had that bulb in the middle. So I'm going to show you this in just a second. Now, when I showed it to you in the video, I only did the chain stitch. And then when I was watching the video with you guys this morning, I got to thinking, why didn't I whip it? Right? Because I showed you how to whip the chain stitch, and it looks so cool. So I'm going to show you, well, before I do, I want to mention one more thing. I'm going to show you my block, though, and then I want y'all's input. Even if you're watching the hashtag replay, give me your input, because it ain't bad to unstitch a whip stitch. It's very, very easy. So, but before that, I want to say, so I was showing you the back stitch and the running stitch, and I kept having to flip around the fabric, and I kept telling you, this is the way you're supposed to do it, but it makes it more sense to me. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. Actually, I do. The books that I was using, there's one of them that I was using for the back stitch and the running stitch, and I think it's a error in their pictures. Because when you sew with your right hand, even when you're doing hexies, right, and you're sewing your hexies together, like I showed you last month sometime, you stitch from right to left. The stitches are prettier. It just makes it easy. Well, when you do the back stitch and the running stitch, I think you're supposed to, as a right-hander, supposed to go from right to left. I think that's, Mom, you can correct me. But I think that's what you're supposed to do. So I kept saying, well, you're supposed to go this way. No, I don't think so. I think I'm crazy because I always stitch. Yeah, I know, right, Michael? I always stitch. You crazy? I think I'm crazy. I always stitch right to left. And so it was very interesting. When I was watching that, I was like, wait a minute. That's what you're supposed to do. It's all good. I think the book just had an error, because I can't imagine stitching from left to right with that back stitch. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Like I said, Mom, if you want to chime in and correct me, that's good. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you this block. I've only done a small amount of embellishing because I had all kinds of beads and everything. But I think you'll enjoy it. And you're going to see a needle still attached because, like I said, I started to change my mind about the chain stitch. Just want it to be pretty. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and here we go. All right, so this is the sort of finished block. What I did is I added the jingle bells along this particular stitch. I love that stitch. That was that blanket stitch with the unevenness. I really enjoyed that, but I think it needed a little something something, so I just did red and green. And then because I did this over, I don't know if you can remember. Well, here. Nope, it's going to be too hard to see. You can go either way on the back stitch, whichever gives you the best look. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mom. But I had exposed ends, so I went ahead and added some really cute red and white polka dotted buttons. They were in my Christmas bundle of buttons. And I went ahead and did that. Now this one's hard to see, so I'm going to come back to that. Now here's my, oh, and then I added the little snowman. And I added an angel charm. Now here, this is a little back history. My name's Angel, right? So I had to put an angel on this one because it's the first one that is complete. I added the snowman because my mother loves snowmen. So it's her and I together on the block. So I added a little personal inspiration on it just to make, and this thing's going to be going to the family member who my friend who had the friend that passed where I got this fabric. I'm going to end up giving her this quilt, but it's still, and she won't know no different, right? But hopefully angels and snowmen mean something. But it definitely does for Christmas. But I wanted to add something for this block that just had some personalization. So that's what I did. All right. So before I go any further, what I did with, and I hope it doesn't get blurry. Michael, you'll have to tell me if it goes blurry.
Okay.
Thank you. What I did along this stitch, which is the feather stitch, it has those arms, that stick out. So I have a grab bag. I mean, I took all the beads that I have and I put them in a Ziploc bag to make them easy for me to store inside my project box. And I just pulled a bead out. And if it was the same color as the one before, I put it back. But other than that, I allowed the randomness. And I put them at the end of each stem. Every stem has one, except on one side. Now, I can do the second side, but I thought this was enough. I thought it would allow people to see and be able to analyze it in their own little way. So I kind of just did one side. The only thing I'm concerned about is this one, because I don't know how close it is to my 1/4 inch seam. I need a gnome. You love the block. Thank you, Mom. But then here's the question of the hour. So in the video, I show you the chain stitch along the outside of this bulb, but I got to thinking I should have whipped it, but I want y'all's opinion. So this side is whipped. Okay. I think it looks better, but I only did half. So what's y'all's thoughts? Do you think I should whip the rest? This side's whipped, this side is not. Or do you think which way do you think I should do this? But I didn't add a whole bunch of embellishing because of all the stitches and all the seams. There are people that you can't even see the fabric when they're done embellishing. I am, you do what there are no rules to crazy quilts. There's no rules. So you do what makes you happy and what makes you feel good. And this is what made me feel good. Now I will say, like I said, I'm a little worried about this little bead being in the way. But as you saw in the video, I've done a stay stitch 1/4 inch away along the entire block for the next one that I started, which I showed you. But that way I know where that 1/4 inch is, and I can pretty much envision how far my presser foot's going to come out. So that way I don't I don't put any beads in the area that I'm going to be sewing. But I didn't do that with the first one. We talked about that many moons ago. And
Many moons.
yeah, many moons. Oh, it was many moons, Michael. This is the only thing I'm concerned about. So we'll see what happens. But let me know your thoughts on whether or not to whip this the rest of the way or not. I mean, I still have my tapestry needle connected with the thread because I can very easily finish that. Yeah. I like it whipped, I think. I just
I
wanted
think it's
y'all's
cool.
opinion. You like the whipped? You like this
Yeah.
side? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mom, as far as gnomes go, I got to find some gnome buttons or gnome charms or something because I don't have any of those. But
$20 says
that,
she has some. That's why she was saying
oh,
that.
it's a possibility. So that's my embellished block, and I wanted to share that with you guys because I told you I would. Let me come back at you. um, oh, it's gonna feed, I bet. Yep, there it goes. um, uh, so what I'm gonna do from here on out, because this was the last. Oh, look, she may have some. She'll have to look. Look at that. Oh, you would finish the whipping. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, Michael did say that too. So we've got 2 votes. And it's not hard. It takes minimal time. It's just very easy. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, as far as these blocks. So this is the last embroidery stitch that I was doing with y'all. So what I'm going to do is on the Cherub Chit Chats, I'll share with you any progress that I have, whether it's just different seams that I do, or if it's a whole block gets finished. And there's a couple ways to finish your crazy quilt, and I think I'm going to do a video on that in the future when I'm ready to put them all together. Because I decided to put all this embellishing on, I'm not going to do like a full-size quilt because I worry when they go to wash it, how much of the paint's going to come off of the different embellishings, and, how weird would it come. So I think I'm going to make it a wall hanging size. How many blocks are you making? Yeah, so that's up to debate. I've got a lot of crazy blocks already stitched, but I'm going to, as I continue and get them all embellished, I'm going to lay them out, and I have different sizes. If y'all remember, I don't remember exactly what size this is, but this is like an 8.5, I think. And then I've done 4.5. I have a lot of them already stitched together. They just needed embroidery. That's why I started on the next one. All of the different sizes, but I'm thinking I'm just going to make it a smaller quilt that she doesn't have to stress too much about washing and ruining, because I'm going to give it to her as a gift, because this will be very heartfelt for her because she knows this fabric and it was one of her very dearest friends that passed. So I think she'll appreciate that. And even if she wants to give it to the woman's daughter, I'm okay with that too, because there is a connection for them that is bigger than it is for me. So you like both, but now that you have started the whip, finish it. Maybe do plan chain on a different block. Right, yeah. That's a good idea, Sharina. Absolutely. But I gotta tell you, to unstitch it takes, even to stitch it, it takes less than, to do that whole circle is like, I'm not even kidding you, it's probably less than a minute. It's so easy because you're not really, there's no real stitching, you're just weaving. And to undo it, you just take the needle out and just pull the thread. And it's so easy. It's ridiculous. But I agree with you,
Ridiculous.
Sharina. It's ridiculous. Wall hanging would be great. So inspired to do one. Wish I had the time. Yeah. It's, well, and here's the thing about the time, right? So we saw Mary. Oh, I got to tell you something about Mary, Michael. So we had Mary
Okay.
finish hers. It was like super fast. I got too many projects. I got too many things to do. So it's taking me a lot longer, but I do it for enjoyment. It's it's one of those things that you can pick up and put down all anywhere all the time. So I wish I would have brought it. I have a box that looks, let me show you. It's the same size box. It's just got all the stuff. It's got the threads, it's got the needles, it's got the buttons, it's got the beads. It's got my practice cloth because I'm still going to teach myself new things. So it's got my practice cloth in there. And then my blocks aren't in it, but I've got all the necessaries in this size box. Okay. So when I go to sit down with it, it stays upstairs in my living room. And when I'm sitting down and I just want to, do some hand stitching, I just open the box, pull what I need out of it, and get her done. So it's definitely something that you can do and you can pick up and put down. Pick up and put down. It's not something that you would go back and be like, okay, what was I doing? It's not one of those. Well, there's a lot of projects like that, Michael, when you do quilting. Like if you put something away, you have to figure out what the method is, where you are, what you were thinking. It's not like that. It's definitely something that can be picked up when you have the time to do it. That's one of the beauties also about this kind of quilting. Yeah, see? There you go, Mom. It would be so enjoyable and fun to add the stitching and embellishments. Yeah, I think, Mom, this is so up your alley. It's like your journaling, your junk journaling in fabric. The only time, and you might just sew one block together, right? Just sew one block. Or you might have, and they don't take long either. I mean, the stitching of them actually on the machine, I do the machine. You might want to hand stitch, but to sit and machine piece it literally takes, I don't know. I'm not even kidding you. 15 minutes maybe to get the whole thing. Maybe 15.
Maybe.
It's really fast, maybe. But then once you have some of your blocks, then just being able to pick it up and put it down to get it done will be very, very easy and enjoyable. Now, Michael, what I want to tell you about Mary, I want you to go back and watch. Well, you don't have to watch it. If you go back to the Cherub Chit Chat when we shared Mary's art quilt with the Halloween, I think that was October, so I think it was the last one we did. She explained some of the stuff that you asked. You said, are those kids dressed as ghosts? Are they ghosts? What are they doing?
Oh.
Yeah. You remember that art quilt?
Yeah.
Yeah, she answered some of the questions.
Oh, okay.
So you need to go back and read the comments to that.
Yep.
But that's what I have for today. For our last embroidery stitching. The other thing I wanted to add, next week we will not be doing a Creative Kingdom happy hour. Daughter's coming in, and so we want to make sure we're ready for that. So family's coming in for Thanksgiving, but we will be on the Saturday after Thanksgiving for anybody who is available or wants to chime in. We'll be talking on happy hour. We'll do our happy hour sewing on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, which is also Small Business Saturday. And so for those of you who are local, this is a sneak peek. I haven't posted it yet, but we are doing a pop-up shop at the Twano Open Air Market. There on Richmond Road. We're doing a pop-up that day. So it's like 9 to 1 that the open air market is available. So if you're local, come out and see us. We'll be there for Small Business Saturday. And then afterwards, 3 p.m., we'll be doing happy hour. Yay. But we're not doing it this Saturday. We want to make sure we're good. But that brings me, well, that doesn't bring me. I'm going to go one more thing before I actually talk about this other thing. Michael is going to be adding batting, Quilter's Dream batting that is for with bolts and rolls. We will not be holding all of that in our shop. It will be direct shipped from Quilter's Dream out of Virginia Beach to wherever you are in the United States. They'll be doing, and they use FedEx, so it'll be coming via FedEx. So I believe you can't have a P.O. box, you have to have a physical address to be able to buy a bolt of batting or a roll. So that's going to be up, and I wanted to do that earlier than the Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. That way it can be participating in some of the sales that go on, so that'll be available to you. And I've had a lot of people ask me about it. The other thing that I have had a lot of questions about in person, so for those of you who are local, this you might want to chime in. It's been a lot of questions about they want a class. A lot of them most of the people were beginners. So we're going to start with that. But our goal is in February, we're going to be offering in person our first beginner quilting class. So more details come on that. Also, after that, we're going to be doing some other classes for those who have a little bit of experience but want to learn something different. So those will come down the chain after that first. February is our goal, like I said. In the meantime, here on YouTube and Facebook, you can also next year be looking forward to our sew along. We're getting through that. So there's a lot of instruction, and it's kind of like a class 2, and we'll make a whole quilt, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael's been doing all the editing, so he knows about all the blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
much
lot.
so.
Yeah. So at any rate, the last thing I wanted to say, because we won't be here next week, next Thursday is Thanksgiving, guys. So to each and every one of you, I hope that you have a beautiful, happy Thanksgiving. And, we're supposed to take time to be grateful during our Thanksgiving time, right? And we do a little reflection. And I just want to say that I am grateful to each and every one of you here at Halo Inspirations. Very much grateful. That's what I'm grateful. And of course, I'm grateful for friends and family. And Michael, I'm grateful for you and everything that you do. I really, truly am. And I'm so glad that we're on this journey together. It's been a lot of fun. And I want to say that publicly. But each and every one of you who have come along during this journey for Halo, we can't say how grateful we truly are. So I'm reflecting a little bit early because I won't be here, next week with you guys on Wednesday. So I wanted to make sure that I said thank you. And I know, Michael, you feel the same way. You've really built a connection with a number of the cherubs of Halo. And yeah. I'm sure you're grateful too. Am I right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So thank you to all of you. We wish you all a very happy and wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you, Sharina. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, she says. And my mom, grateful and blessed. Yes, absolutely. I know we are. And it's because of y'all. So, all right. That's what I have for today. I'm going to let y'all go. We've got more work to do. And this is what I had for the last embroidery stitching of the crazy quilt. Look forward to seeing yours. If you want to share, please do share. You can email them to me. You can do Facebook Messenger, whatever floats your boat. how you want to get it. We all would love, love, love to see what you do with your crazy quilts, and you'll be seeing more of this in the future. Just as we talk, I'll show you, what I've got done, and you'll see the progress. It's so unique. It's so unique to sit and stitch, and it's amazing. And Mom, I wish I would have listened to you earlier about hand stitching because this is fun. Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you, Sharina. Also, Sharina, today is Wednesday. I did send you a little sample of what you called the galaxy print. I don't remember if that's what it's called. I think it's due to you on Friday, but don't quote me on that. You might get it tomorrow. I don't know when you're going to get it, but I did send you a little sample because I sent you a sample because I wanted you to see it in person, and I did put in the note that blues and pinks would look good too. So I wanted you to keep an eye out for that because I know you've been eyeballing that for a while, and it's really, that particular fabric's really hard to tell. So I did go ahead and send you a sample. But at any rate, I'm going to let y'all go. Michael, do you have anything?
Stay safe.
Stay safe. And I got to tell you, Michael, if you notice in Discord, at the top, okay, it tells you you're streaming, and then it says, "Stay safe, friends." I cracked up because that's so you. No, Sharina, that's an easy thing because I wanted you to see that fabric because you've been eyeballing that for a while, and it's kind of, if you bought it online with something else may not go, right? I love the fabric. I mean, y'all saw the quilt I made with it, with the double sawtooth that was oversized. But I use the same fabric line, right? So, all these things, where's that at? Chat box. Let's get rid of that. These fabrics right here are all, they match really, really well. So it was really easy. But if you were going to match it different, you can take that fabric into your local quilt shop, or you can look online and see, is this going to work? And I think that just works better for you because of the detail and the color. So yeah, no, absolutely. I know you've been eyeballing it for a while. So I wanted to help you. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to let you go. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep.
We are so grateful for you. But until next time.
I keep forgetting that it's...
I know, me too.
Almost then.
I'm not even going to lie to you. But until next time, may you all continue to be inspired, productive, ever so joyful. Never stop believing and never stop making your dreams in quilting come true. Somebody says, "Oh, you just got here. Sorry you missed it." Hey, hashtag replay, Sherry. We missed you. I hope everything's good with you. We talked earlier. You'll have to text me. And Colleen, you almost made it. Yeah. Colleen and Sherry, I wished everybody a happy Thanksgiving. So I want to make sure we say that to you. But I did my spiel. We're signing off. Thank you all for tuning in. Michael, last time.
Stay safe.
We love you. Happy quilting. Happy crazy Wednesday. Happy hump day. See y'all soon.